Okay, hello students. This is lesson number 1, unit 6. So this is about moving circles. If you see, the main goal of this lesson uh, is about, let's write down. So the main lesson is about, let's think about moving in a circle, and I can use Pythagorean to find the coordinates of points on a circle centered at the origin, and I understand the periodic function in one is one with the outputs that repeat at regular intervals. So let me go directly to the task. So here there are 3 tasks for this lesson. And the first task is about, if you see, what do you see? You are supposed to write down here which one does not belong. Why is the first one is different from the other 3? I want you to stop, pause the video for a while, and if you can write it yourself, that would be great. Okay, so if you see the first one, in this case, it is the only clock where the hands form a right angle. If you see here, uh, so if you see this one is the only one that forms a 90 degrees, and you can see the other ones are, this one is obtuse, this is also obtuse. There's another thing that you notice about this clock is where it is the only clock where the hands form an arc that is 1/4. That means if I try to show this part, let me. So this is like a quarter. This arc is like a quarter of the full circle. So that's what you see. Then what I did is take this off, and so so here I'm written now. It is the only clock where the hands form a right angle and an arc length of 1/4. If you see the second one, it is the only clock with the minute hand. See this minute hand. So if you see this mm, minute hand, okay, so if you see, okay. So this is the minute hand. You see, this is the only one which is 30 minutes. The other one is this one. If you see, this is up top. This is again top, and here again top. So that's the only one which is down. And then, so here it is. So it is the only clock with a minute hand and a 30. So next one is, the third one is, if you see this one, let me take off. Okay, if you see this, let's check for the hour hand. Uh, so this one is, look at this. This is the only one that our hand is pointing on the left side. Okay. Now if you see this one here it is pointing the right side. This is on the right side. This is on the, so that's the only one where it points on the left side. And it's the only clock where the hands form an acute angle. And you can see also this angle that you see, this angle is acute, but here it is 90. So this is obtuse, and this is also obtuse. So there are two things happening. One is the hour hand pointing to the left side, and also the it is acute. SVP, you're searching something? Okay, so I hope that made helps. So I'm gonna write here. Here it is the only clock. So you can see I already typed there to form an angle. And the last one that you see, this is the only clock with the hour hand pointing down. That means if I try like this one, this is the hour hand. Let's see, here it is. Okay, so this is the only one that is pointing down. See this part? But here the hour hand is up. Here the hour hand is right. Here the hour hand is left. So this is the only one that pointing downwards. Hope that helps. And then let's write that. So is the only one clock with that part I've done. And the last one, okay, here it is the only clock with the hand pointing down. So I hope this first part is taken care. So the goal is just to understand what's going on each clock, what is the meaning of hour hand and the minute hand, and why each one is different from another one. So let's go to the next. If you see this, this is the tasks 2, that is 1.2. A ladybug lands on the end of a clock second hand when the hand is pointing straight up. So let's imagine this is the one that is pointing up, and there's a ladybug which is, let's see this part. Yeah, there you go. So the ladybug is sitting up here. Imagine there's a ladybug with a green color. So this is the ladybug that's sitting right here. Okay. Then the second hand is 1 foot long. So this is 1 foot long. And when it rotates and points directly to the right, that means when this one rotates and directly points to the right, I'm going to use this color this way. So this points here to the right. The ladybug is 10 feet above the ground. Now, what does this mean is, now there's a little confusion here. I just wanted to show. Let's talk about dotted line I'm going to use. So this means this ladybug, this was here. Now it is after 15 seconds, the ladybug sits there. So that means it forms like the ladybug is right now. So this is rotates and it comes here. And this ladybug is how far above? So this is from down, somewhere down. And I don't have enough to show that this is says 10 feet above the ground. The second head is 1 foot long. So if this is 10 foot, the green one, then I'm going to use another dotted line. Let's see if I can do. It means this part here, it was this one, right? And because this blue is 1 foot and this is 10 foot, so let me use that part also to write down. So basically this is 10. So that is 10. This is 10 feet. And this one is because wait, let me write. This one is 1 foot. So I'll put 1 foot, and I think why this. So that's 1 foot. Okay, and this becomes by default because this is 10 foot and that is 1 foot. This will become 10 plus 1, which will be 11, and it's already given to us. Because it's already given to us that the second hand is 1 foot, so this 10 foot and that 1 foot will be 11 foot. Hope that helps. This is 11 foot. Okay. Now there are 3 more questions. So now, depending on if the question is asked in the beginning, let's say I can make a table maybe. Oh God. Let me make a table. They're asking you this way when it is 10 foot. Let's see. So what are they asking is, can I move this one, use this thing, this. So the next question they're asking, how far above the ground is the ladybug? 0, 30, 45, 60 seconds. When so many seconds pass, can you figure out how above the ground? And also, we're supposed to discuss, but I'm just giving you like independent work. So if you see there, let's go back there. So that means if it is 0, so this is 0, then after 0, after 30, then after 45, sorry, this is 30. This is 45, and I'm going to keep here instead of 30 that I will take this and I'll put here 30, 30, and maybe this in between I'll put 45, and there is also 60. So if this is 0, then how above the ground? And if you see that if it is 0 means this ladybug which was right here, it was here, right? So that's like 11 foot. Even because of this, right? This is the height 11 foot. So I'm going to put this one is 11 foot. If it is 30, and you can see 30 is you can see it points to the right side. So that's 10 foot away. So here, this is, sorry, 9 foot, so that's 9 foot. If it is 45, that means this thing will go all around like this. So it will be pointing this side, goes back to 9 foot, the same one which was on the right side. So 45 is the same as 9. And if it is 60, this will go, oh sorry, this will rotate up again. So that's like good. So it was in the beginning 0 and then go all around and take 60 seconds. So that means back to 11 foot. So that's 11 foot. So this is the question they're asking. So if you see that takes care. Then the second question explains how far above the ground is after 10. What about 10, 20, 40 seconds? So let's go back there. So 10 will be here. So what about 10? What about so here I could put. So what about 10? And what about 40? So this one, can I make a, oh yeah. What about 40? So let's write down. So if I write this, so here, okay. Oh, no, we don't want this. So I wonder this whole, okay, 10. So if it is 10 foot and if it is 40, let's go back there and clearly see. So that means if this one, so 10 seconds is right here. So how high is if it is 10? So you will see that means, so we need to know what is this distance from, let's see, this distance, how far is above from the bottom part, right? And you can see this was 9 foot. So this is 9 foot, this part. And then that means this is between 9 and, sorry, this is 10 foot, right? So 10 and 11 between halfway down here. So this will be, so from here, you'll see here, it's like 10 and a half. So that's what we are supposed to write. So let's write this will be over here. I'll put 10.5. And when it is 40, so I'll put the other number. When it is 40, let me take this off. So where is 10 is 40 will be, this will rotate and this will come all the way until 40. This is 40 seconds past. And you can see the height, okay, it will be somewhere here. So this between 10, this is 10, right? 10 and this is 9. So this means 9 and 9.5. So that will be like a 9.5. So, and I think they also ask you what about if it is 20 seconds. I forgot to tell you that. So this will be 20 seconds will be here, right here. So it is the same height. See, this is the same height between 9, sorry, this is 10 and this is 9, so 9.5. So this will be 9, this will be 9.5. Yeah, so both will be same. So 20, I did not have that 20. So let me take this off and let me take this off. This was, what about if it is 20? So this is again 9.5. So what you notice here is for 40 seconds, so if you see this part, if this is 20 seconds and that is 40, they have the same height. See, this is the same height like this. So 40 and 20 is in 9.5. And the same thing if you see here, if it is 10 seconds here, this is 10 seconds, and even if it is 50 seconds, goes back. See, let's see, it was here, then it goes 50 seconds right here. So they didn't give us here, but still, if I had to maybe take off this 60, take off this, and put here instead of that 50, then you'll see the height will be 10.5, then 10.5. So hope that helps. Okay, then the third question, if the ladybug stays on the second hand, describe how its distance from the ground will change over the time every minute. Now this is every minute. What about a minute after that? So if you see this problem, let's see. Uh, let me take one of them off, and so this is the second hand. Now, when you rotate it, the second hand takes 60 seconds all the way to move up. So this is at the height of 11. Can you see this is 11 foot? Now this 11 foot, when you rotate 1 minute, so because 60 seconds become 1 minute. So the question is asking if the ladybug stays on this here and describe how its distance from the ground will change over the next minute. The distance will change like this. It will go. So the answer to this will be each minute the second completes one full rotation of the clock. This means the height of the ladybug, this one, is starts at 11 foot. Then then go down to 9 foot and then back to 11 foot. In between it goes like a 9, 11. Here this will be 10.5, then 10, then 9.5, 9, then again 9.5, and 10, 10 and a half, and then again back. So that's all you're supposed to write there. Okay, so the third question is, let's see, the third question is, if the ladybug, okay, sorry, the fourth question, exactly at 3:15, that is when the hour hand is 3, and it is 15 seconds past, the ladybug flies from the second hand to the minute hand, which is 9 inches long. So this question is very interesting. The ladybug flies from the second hand now to the minute hand. Minute hand is 9 inches. Be careful. This is not 1 foot. It's 9 inches, like a 3/4 of an foot, because 1 foot is 12 inches. So that will be like a 3/4 of an inch, and which is 0.75. So how far off the ground is the ladybug now? Okay, so let's go back to the problem now. So let's draw this kind of so exactly at, so this one is, let's see, this is the minute hand, and this is the ladybug jumps from, let's see, from this one. So let me see if I can pull. So this ladybug jump from here to here, right? So this is the minute hand, the one with the, which is 9 inches. So the question is, at what height is this? Now, what is this height? So we have seen that this height was 9. Remember earlier we have seen this is sorry, 10 foot. So this distance was 10 foot, and because from the ground. Now the question was asked. Let me repeat the question: how far off the ground is the ladybug now? And you can see, since the minute hand. So this is the minute hand. It takes this minute hand completes a full circle every 60 minutes and is 10 feet off the ground at 15 minutes. So if you see, this will be like a minute hand, right? This is the minute hand. So this minute hand goes over here, will be three minutes here, 3 hours and 15. So we don't have an hour hand here. So it only shows this is the minute hand. If you want to write an hour hand, we could do like this. I think, let me see if I can. So the hour hand will be something like this, a shorter one. Hour hand is always short. So this will be like our hand, little 3 pass. But and this is the seconds, the blue one, and the red is 9 inches. So the ladybug, which was right here, jumps here. So you can see it is 9 exactly at 3:15. So that means when it is 15, so let me take this off and write down 15 minutes. So let's call this as, this is 15 minutes, right? And it is 10 foot above the ground. And then the question is asked is, at what time will the ladybug be at the height again if it stays on the minute hand? So the ladybug is already here. And you can see once you cross, this is 3:15, then again this one, when it goes, this is like 30 minutes past, 30, 35, 40, and again 45. So when it is 45, so so this, when it is 45, this will be again back to 10 foot. So this is 45 minutes. I can't move this. Okay, I hope you guys got this. So what I'm trying to say is this is a minute hand because the ladybug was on the second. Now it moved on the hour hand, and this changes. So what's happening here is every minute. So when every 30 minutes it goes again 30 seconds it will go to 10 foot. Then again 30 minutes will go to 45. See, so every 30, 30, 30, 30. So every 30 seconds it will have the same height. That's all you're supposed to write. Hope that helps. Now, the lesson summary of this, I mean, the lesson synthesis is like this. So, if I think of this second series part, this is the second hand. So, it rotates every 60 seconds. You can see it is 11 foot here, then it becomes 10 foot, 9 foot, 10 foot, back to 10. In between, it goes down. And you can see here, it goes slow. The height goes on decreasing slowly here, but then it increases the height decreases faster, and then again it increases here highest, and then it again the decreases, but with a slower rate here. So in the later classes, you will see in the beginning the height as the seconds move rotates, the height of the ladybug in the beginning slowly decreases, okay, and then increases a little faster. So that's decreasing fastest, and then again it slows down here. Hope that helps. Thank you so much. And let's go to the last one task. Okay, let's go to the last part. Look at this now. The question is, where is the point? Now, if you see this point, let me make it a little bigger and cut this one. We don't need this. So let me take a new page maybe. And I'm gonna Okay, if you see, look, this is the 7 point, sorry, the 1.3. So the first question is, what is the radius? Now, if you look at this question here, see, they're asking you, where is the, so the question is, if you see this, they gave you the point, P, and now what happened is, if I had not shown you this part, that's it, if you had to see only this, and how do we figure out what is this point kind of a thing? So what are the things required? And you can clearly see what we did here is we have drawn x-axis and the y-axis in the center of the circle, and the question is how do you figure out this point? Now to do that, so the question is what is to be written now? Now if you see this part is given to is 5. And there is a 3 there. That means this one, when you drop a 90 degrees, this is 90, that means this is your 3. So we can make a triangle out of this. So let's draw a triangle. Let me use the blue color here. Okay. So from here, I'm gonna join this and then drop here like this. So when you drop, you get a triangle. So there is a triangle. This is 5. So when you get a triangle, so we can say that there is a triangle like this, right? And this is 5, and because this is 3, that means this is 3 here. So I put a 3 here, and that is a 90 degrees. Let's draw 90. So there is an angle here. So how do you figure out this? Can we use Pythagorean formula? A square plus b square equals c square. And then you can see this is the hypotenuse. So that's the hypotenuse. So all you do is you square the legs. These are the legs. And you don't know the height. So this part, let's call it as y. We don't know, right? This is the x. This is like an x coordinate or a. So I call it x because this is the x. Because this part is on the x-axis, right? So this is the x-axis. And this is what we don't know. So y. So I'll put, okay, we know the a, which is 3, so put a 3 square plus b is x, y, so we don't know, and c is the 5, that is the 5 here, so 5 square, and that is that is 9 plus y square is 25, and if you subtract 9 both sides, so this goes away and you get y square is 16, and you know, put a square root both sides, you can see y is 4. So that part, so we get this is 4. So this is the y is 4. So this is 4. So if it is 4, then the y coordinate is 4, and we are done. So that takes care of the first question. We ask you so the first question is asked is what is the radius of the circle? The radius of the circle is this part. See, this is the radius r. We call it r. The second question is, so the main goal is first you find out that, and you know this point. So if you go back to one more question, so now you know what is the y coordinate, right? So this is y. Let's check the questions they asked us. So, so the second question is, okay, if you see the second question, they asked, we know that the y coordinate is given for -4. So they give us this one, the y coordinate is -4. What is the x coordinate? Now remember this height, this is already radius is 5, this is 5, right? Now to know what is this part x, remember the earlier one we have seen, the first part we have seen this was like this, and the point was showing here this point which is right here, this was 3 and 4, but now you can see it has reflected over the x-axis, so this is x-axis. So we have seen this was 5, and we using Pythagorean formula we figured out the 4. Now if you see this, it's the same thing, 3, so this has to become 3 again. You can all again kind of draw 90, drop a 90 here. See, you can draw a right triangle kind of thing. See this part? This is again, this is like a 5. This is what is given to you, -4. It means this is -4. It's downward. So the distance, it's not the distance is 4, but pointing downward. And you're supposed to find what is this part x. So again, you're doing the same thing kind of thing, a square plus b square equals c square. So a square is, that's what you're supposed to find out. But we already figured out earlier that this we did already. So because we did this was 5, this was 3, and this was 4. So basically, naturally, this will be 5, and this again 3, and this is 4. So the coordinate is, this is the answer. Hope that helps. And if you see the next one, now again this time if the y coordinate is 4, that means this one y coordinate 4 means this height, this is 4, this is 4, right? So that means if that is 4, then what is this? So it is 3, but I'm gonna write it is on the negative side, right? So negative of x-axis. So you have a triangle like this, again 5, 4, 3, and I'll write -3 just to show that it's on the negative side. So the x coordinate is the same. So you're supposed to write here in case, because you're given enough room to write, this is a, that is b, and this is c. So you can write a square plus b square equals c square. Do the same thing, that is a square, you don't know. B is given as 4, so that is 4 square equals 5 square. And you work it out, and you square become 9, take the square root, and plus minus. So a is plus -3, but we are not going to take plus, which is -3 on the left side. So this is, so your answer is this is -3. And finally, we have last question here. Is the circle is centered at, circle is centered with a radius of, so there is a circle, and there is a circle, and you need to draw with the radius. Let's say this is 10. So this radius is, let's say this one is radius 10. So that's 10, has a radius 10. Let point S on the circle has the x coordinate 6. So now the x coordinate has to be 6. So that means what is the y coordinate? So there is a point, let's say if this is the point, this one is at 6. So when you drop a perpendicular, this is 6. So that means the x coordinate is 6. So question is, what is this, right? So again, you will see that because that means this, so this is 6. So if that is 10, and this is like your x, okay? The y is what you don't know, and this is like the radius, right? So we can use the formula. The formula is a square plus b square is c square, but instead of a, you can also write x square plus y square is the radius square. And that is also the equation of a circle in the center form. So we can write x is 6, so 6 square plus y square is 10 square, and you can see 36, just a regular algebra, and 10 times 10 is 100, and if you subtract 36 both sides, you end up getting y square equals, I will write y square equals uh, 64, and you take a square, so your y is plus minus 8. Now, what does that basically means is, if I use this point right here, this will be 8, so that will be 8 plus, but you can also have another one, height. Let me clone this. You can see, you will see one more other side. If you take on the other side, this also will be of the same height, 8. So that coordinates, not just one, but you're going to have another coordinate where the input, the x coordinate here is the same, but the y coordinate in place of plus 8, because it's a drop here, this will be on the, I made a mistake, should be not 6, but this is going to be negative 6, because on but the height is the same. So 8 is the height. So this is 8, this is also 8, but the x coordinate, because this is on the left side, this is minus 6. So that's why minus 6. So I hope that takes care. Okay. That's it. This is all I wanted to do for the task 1, task 2, and task 3. So this is a pull down question which I wanted to write on the last page. There is a lot of room there. So here is a circle with radius 15, whose center is given 0, 0. So this is 0. If y coordinate of point C is given, so that means this point C which is given, the y coordinate is 12. So this is 12. What is the x coordinate? So how much is this is the question mark, right? Explain or show your reasoning. So what we can do is we'll try to drop a, I'll try to make a 90 degrees here, drop down on the x-axis and make a triangle. Can you see? And I'll try to take this triangle right here, something like this. So this is 15, and sorry, that's not 15. They give you that is the y coordinate, because this is the y coordinate, right? So that's the height. This is the y. So that's 12. So this is 12, the height. So this is 12. This is 90. And cos, and the radius is 5. That means this red color is 5. This is not 15. So this is 15. So this is 15, right? So this is the radius, which is 15. I'll call it R. X is the which we want. What is the question mark? And the y is 30. So all you do is like a Pythagorean. A square plus b square is c square. It means it is x square plus y square is c square, which is actually the equation of a circle. So this basically means equation of the circle. That means this equation represents the circle, the one that you see with the center at the origin. Now, when I plug this in, x is we don't know, so x stays the same. The y is what we plugged in 12. So so y is 12 square and c is 15 square. And then you can see this x square 144. 12 times 12 is 144. 15 times 15 is 225. And if you subtract 144 both sides, and you end up getting x equals So you get 1, and then you 12 minus 81. If you put a square root, you get x equals plus minus 9. And because this one is on, can you see this is on the negative side? So this will be minus 9, and done. That's all it is. So name two other points that must be on the circle. So you can see they're asking one more question is what if there was another 2 points. We can think of go down this way. So you can think, let me take all this. So one is this point is minus 9 and 12. Okay. So, and then you can see on the over here, if I try to rotate this radius, when it comes like this, so what's going on is they will have the same y coordinate, which is 12 this side, but this side will be minus 12, and the 9 is the 9 is this part is minus 9. So this will be minus 9. The x coordinate stays the same, but the 12 will be this one. Then also you can think of another one is on reflecting over the y-axis. This side, see this side. So we can think this also is like a point which will be other side. So this distance, if I try to drop here, this will be 9 and this will be 12. So that's 9, 12. Both are positive because it's the first coordinate. Or it can be down, reflect over the y-axis. There'll be another point here which is instead of plus 9 will remain plus 9, but because it is down, so you have a 90 degree, like say this part, so that will be minus 12, and you're done. Okay, that completes.